Reading of script with Alex, Ewan, Ryan, Reese and myself.
I'll put your red in there or something.
That's kind of it.
Oh, you moved it now again, haven't you?
It's fine. Just to like show that they're actually there.
Okay,
Yeah, well, I'm sure you can tell they're there because they're going to be reading.
Hello. It's fine now.
Oh, you got it recently. So, we'll start then, Ewan?
Right. In newsroom early day. News reporter walks in through the door and in a done-up suit. He closes the door behind him and walks up to the desk and looks around the top of the desk looking for his cup of coffee. He finds nothing and turns back to look at the runner. News reporter then walks up to the runner and gets right up close.
Where's my coffee?
Sorry, I don't have time to make you one.
Your one job here is to make my drinks and grab items from the crew, and you failed at that. Brilliant.
Scriptwriter walks up to the news reporter holding today's morning news report. News reporter turns to face him and snatches the script off him and walks away from the scriptwriter and runner. News reporter walks towards the desk and sits down in the chair and starts to look over the script, reading through it as all the newscast starts to prepare the equipment. Once all the equipment is set up, news reporter puts down the script on the desk and looks at the camera as camera operator counts down.
We're live in 3, 2, 1.
The news opening music plays.
Thanks for tuning in to our morning broadcast, Britain. Today is a big day for the world as the Mars colony has managed to set up a renewable farm on the Mars soil. In other news, a new species from the Amazon joins the extinct list, the okapi species, where the 55% of the rainforest is now cut down to bring more housing and farming space to our brilliant planet. In other news, the United Nations has launched a project to use a rocket to launch gases into the atmosphere to stop the heat from the sun from entering the planet and becoming trapped, bringing a new solution to increasing global temperature and rising CO2 levels. At the launch site is our news correspondent Jimmy. What's the news update, Jimmy?
UN launch site view room, because that needs to be changed, continues. Jimmy is standing in front of a rows of computers. Okay, that'll be changed to rows of people sitting down. Jimmy is also dressed nicely with a microphone in hand.
Thanks, Larry. I'm here at the UN launch site in Brazil, where the UN rocket is about to launch with the gases to save our planet. The launch is being prepared to launch.
Jimmy is told something by someone off screen and then nods and looks back at the camera.
I've just seen you an update on the launch. It's ready to go. The countdown's being begun. Everyone in launch site starts.
Not you, it's Ewan.
Everyone in the view room starts to count down.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The rocket is lifted off and it's leaving the ground.
An explosion is heard. Such a shame. And the screen becoming black and the static taking over the sounds as the screen changes back to the show's news reporter sitting at the desk looking confused.
It seems we have lost connection to the launch site, but we are trying our best to find out what happened. We'll bring you an update on this later today. But until then, this was your morning news. Thanks for watching.
News reporter starts to clean up his desk, straightening and reading the paper as the camera moves away from the desk and the news theme plays over.
And we're done.
Ready for the next page then?
Yep, I'm going to be here a while.
Right, here we go.
News reporter gets up from the desk.
Well, I need something to keep my hand busy.
Don't drop it.
Sorry. News reporter gets up from the desk and walks around it as Runner walks up to him and gives him a cup of coffee. News reporter starts to drink it and ignores Runner as he walks over to screenwriter who is using his computer to look into what's happened.
What happened? My race is going to plummet if we have another thing like this happen.
I'm trying to find out what happened while the studio is trying to contact Jimmy.
Right, well I'm going on my break. Keep at it.
News reporter walks towards the exit and walks out the filming room as everyone continues to work. Int, newsroom, midday. News reporter rushes into the room with scriptwriter giving him the updated report while everyone is setting up the equipment. News reporter reads through the updated script and looks at scriptwriter.
Is everything ready to go live?
Yes. News reporter walks over to the desk and sits down.
We're going to be live in 3, 2, 1, we're on.
The breaking news theme plays and ends with news reporter looking at the camera putting down the script.
Breaking news. Just in, the UN project to save the world went wrong, with the rocket blowing up during launch. The UN says this is a tragedy, but will not cause any problems and apologises to all the families who lost people in the explosion. The UN also announced that the project has been redone and more funding is to put into a replacement for the failed rocket and are still predicting that the climate will be saved by the end of this year. I will keep you all updated on this event, and in other news,
News reporter stops talking and looks behind the camera confused at the change of the teleprompter. He then shakes his head and continues reading off the teleprompter.
I've just had a quick update, and it seems the UN has made an announcement. The gases inside the rocket have caused a backlash when they imploded in the explosion. The gases have caused a high amount of CO2 levels to fill the atmosphere, and the UN's best scientists are looking into the effect this has on global temperature. They have stated that there is no need for panic and everything should continue as normal. And that concludes our breaking news report. We'll be continuing to do live updates on this every hour, so join us at 3 for your next update. Until then, goodbye.
The camera moves away from the desk as the news theme plays and the live broadcast ends. You're gonna move the camera? You're gonna move the camera again, or we're okay with it now?
Do you want me to hold it?
News reporter walks away from the desk and onto the screen lights and camera operators. When it comes up to the news reporter and gives him a drink of coffee and walks away again.
I guess we're becoming an hourly live updates programme for this event.
That makes sense. Okay. Look, it could be worse. It could be the end of the world you're broadcasting on about.
True. At least this turns out to be a good thing for my views and ratings. Anyway, keep at it.
News reporter walks away from the script writer. In newsroom.
Halfway there.
3 o'clock. News reporter is sitting down at the desk with his suit undone and top shirt button undone and his tie is also undone.
And Willow.
Good afternoon, Britain. Thank you for joining us for our 3 o'clock update on the rocket crisis. Reports have come in from around the world and from the UN, stating that the UN's best scientists, realising the inflating gases from the explosion, rocket explosion, has caused a massive rise of CO2 in the atmosphere. They have addressed worries about a much faster rise in global temperature. Along with this, the UN has warned of a much lower oxygen level and have warned the world's governments to take action to stop citizens from being at risk of low oxygen. Following this, the government has issued for all students to be sent home and for schools to close with oxygen tanks being ready for the use across the UK.
Scriptwriter walks into shot towards news reporter and whispers in his ear. News reporter looks shocked and whispers okay. Screenwriter then walks out of shot.
Already invoking this book.
The walker doesn't need to actually say because
I know.
if I had a whisper,
I know. It's sounding.
You're criticising, but you're not telling me how to fix it. So there's a way
I'm
to
not criticizing. I'm just making do it.
Okay. I will do this right. I've just been updated that the estimated rise in global temperature is to reach 8 degrees Celsius by the end of the day, and the UN has warned of harmful heat waves and warns people to stay inside and only go outside if they have a mode of transport and can have some sort of air conditioning on. They also address worry for millions of lives across the world, with an estimated 15 million people to die within the first few hours of the global heat wave if action isn't taken to evacuate from the equator and its surrounding areas. But with all these news, we strongly encourage everyone to stay safe, not panic, and for further updates, keep an eye out for our live updates happening every hour. Goodbye. Why is it very close?
I just saw you move it closely. That's a bit. The news theme plays and news reporter gets up as camera operator looks at him walk past. News reporter then takes off his jacket and throws it to runner.
Yeah, he gave up. That's why I'm giving it to me now.
News reporter sits down in the spare chair and runner comes up to him giving him a cup of water. Got to add a bit of differency. News reporter grabs it and has a drink. Int, newsroom, 6 o'clock. News reporter is sitting down in the same chair, sweating, with scriptwriter reading off his computer, and then turns to news reporter. Larry, we have some new news. That's
one line.
that's a tongue twister.
Okay, finally, it's been hours. Prepare to go live.
News reporter turns to the camera operator and rushes towards the desk to sit down and be ready. Please get that out of my face.
Put it down, Alfie.
News reporter sits down and the camera starts to roll with the scriptwriter giving the thumbs up to camera operators.
And Willow.
Good evening, Britain. We're here to give you a quick update on everything going on right now. The UN has announced that the remaining polar ice caps are melting at a much faster speed, and that all marine life is at risk of extinction, with the rising salt levels and extreme heat affecting the oceans. The UN has also announced that the extreme global heat wave has caused an estimated 1.7 billion people to die. This is causing hundreds of millions of refugees to flee to cooler areas in hopes of survival. To make things worse, the CO2 emissions are getting higher, with the remaining Amazon rainforest becoming on fire with wildfires. Also happening all across the globe, while threatening heavy rain is to cover Europe, putting coastal cities and areas at risk of flooding, and dams to there's a lot of commas, and dams to fail under the pressure.
I put a lot of unnecessary comments.
Yeah, it's called punctuation. But
Very long sentences. It's fine. The governor's announced is closing the borders in hopes to keep the needed resources at a higher number. Well, the rest of the world follows suit, but the EU continues to say that this will pass and we will survive. That is all we have at the moment. Join me later tonight, where I will update you. For the last time today, until then, goodbye.
News reporter gets up and walks away as camera operator turns off the camera.
what now?
We wait for more rockets to broadcast.
You got to put mine, oh my god. You're just there to basically let everyone know when it's a live broadcast.
You got a few more lines.
I'm the same. I've got the same line every
Camera
time. so-
operator's phone starts to ring. Camera operator gets up, gets out his phone and looks at it. News reporter looks at him and looks down for a second before standing up as the camera operator declines the call.
You lot go home.
Good shot.
Everyone looks at news.
You shot it first.
News operator.
That's different. Oh, that's different.
Wait,
Reporter.
No, it's news reporter. It is news reporter.
Looks good.
No, the small paragraph. It says operator. It's meant to say news reporter.
Everyone looked at news operator confused.
Reporter. And you're not even reading that line.
You've got to get it over with.
Yeah, well, I just realised I
Your
mistakes
line.
moving through it.
Okay,
Your line.
come on. What?
It's just what?
What?
I don't think you knew the line. I thought. Okay, go home and be with your families. I'll stay here and keep everybody updated.
You can't not go home at 12. What about your family?
This is all I have and I've ever had. So go home before it's too late.
Yeah, you get done.
He has no life.
Sad.
You carry
I'm sad.
Put your phone away, Reese.
Did so.
Scriptwriter gets up and shakes hands with news reporter, then leaves for the door. Runner just walks out, and the operator walks out the room as news reporter walks over to Twitter and reads the updates.
We're good.
Int, newsroom, early night.
Have you lost?
No, he said something and I'm confused.
Oh, go on.
Right. News reporter, hair is now messy. He walks over to the camera and turns it on, and walks in front of the camera and sits down at his desk. You are now depressed.
Hey Breda. Hey Briston. This will be the last ever update you will receive from me. As the UN has announced that the climate is now unstable and the heat has reached unhabitable temperatures, with all is expected to be gone by the morning. With the rich and powerful, along with the surviving and smartest people, heading towards the Mars colony to continue the human race. Anyway, with some of the rockets not making it, the last piece of advice given me by me and the leader figures is to get into bed and dream one last time.
News reporter passes out at the desk and we fade to black.
Passed out.
Credits.
There you go.
Beautiful. Beautiful reading, guys. Beautiful.
Is there anything I need to change?